Hi, I'm Melanie Florence and this is Miss Melly Flows Vibe Life. This is my YouTube channel for my tarot reading and oracle card readings. I have a Facebook page, Miss Melly Flows, or a hot tea for the soul, which is my Facebook group, which I post all this stuff in. So I'm doing Equinox readings because we've got a change of season. We're on the cusp of something new, something different. So you can feel the energy in the air changing. You can feel it's getting warmer here in the southern hemisphere. I'm sure in the northern hemisphere it's getting a little bit cooler on their air. But as the season changes, so do we. And so I actually have been reading the Greenwood Tarot for 25 years, and so with that deck came this really great wheel of the year. I've got a little half a what do you call it, four-leaf clover. Anyway, so here what we've got is the world tree in the center, and so we're doing the water. And so what we've got here, so we've got the world trees in here, and then we've got the shaman and we've got the seer on either side. So for the southern hemisphere, it is a fire element that we're coming into. It's the shaman and the archer and justice. So, you know, the shaman manifesting what we want, and the archer being of aiming for what we want, and justice in that we get back what we want, what we put in. And so we also have, I'll show you, we also have on the southern hemisphere, we've got the water and cups. We've got the autumn equinox, which is now, and then we've got reflection and wheel. So reflection and the seer. So the reflection is the hangman, and that's sort of about us. So apparently I've been holding on to that piece of paper for 25 years just for today. So I found it in my book earlier this year when I was going through and seeing what I still had. So I'm going to do, because this is about light and dark, this is our half, the equinox, that we are half in the light and half in the shade, and our day is equal. So for the equilibrium, and it's a really good change. I see people moving on to October already, and I'm like, we've still got something important going on this week before we do that. So I'm doing, this is the water. This is our water elements. So for our water elemental people who are water signs, or that you're connected to water, your natal chart is really quite big, your nativity. You should check it out and see what you've got in your background, because I am an earth sign and I have a Gemini moon, but my chart is actually for fire. So I will watch the fire reading as well, but I know that the moon is my air and the earth is my practical world with my sun sign. So it depends on what you would be looking for, but it's all our emotional connections. So we're going to hydrate a bit of water, and I'm going to do a big reading. I'm going to do a big so it's called a Romany spread, and it comes from Eastern Europe, so Prussia, Russia, Germany, sort of in there. And so it'll give us 7 for the past, 7 for the future, 7 for the present, and 7 for the future as we lead in. But I'm going to throw a few other cards in first, because I've collected all these decks, and why not? So in previous readings I've been showing the box. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell you what the deck is. If you do want to know what decks are and how they feel and what their deal is, inbox me and I will have a chat with you. I'm happy to have a chat. So air, here we are, or water, here we are. The forest. Look at that. There's like an aurora borealis, or the aura of the forest, and the energy output of that. That we go through the forest and our deep dark parts of ourselves. And again, this is half light and half shade. This is our sort of halfway mark. You can see that. So what's in the dark and what's in the light? What's inside of us? What's the forest we grow? What are we walking through? Looks like a compass, like a jewel here on the bottom. The jewel of the forest as we walk through. Alright. So this is the Archetypes deck, which is really interesting. It's taken me a moment with this one. It took me a moment to jump into this deck. What else did we get? So we got the storm, lightning energy. So you got safety of the forest, and we got lightning energy. So this is a storm. This is a storm inside of us. It's cosmic energy. Look at it. It's a storm, the lightning, and we break through. And there's a breakthrough moment inside of that. Okay, interesting. So since I bought these have been a deck I'm really fond of. This is Heart and Soul, and it's in the shape of heart. Brilliant. And I'm going to take one from this. Let's see what the water element for the equinox gives us. Water element for the equinox. Alright, so we have This card reflects protection, freedom, and success. It won't be quick or easy, but you will succeed. And you are protected along the way. Feel yourself past doubt and fear and guilt. Let go of fixed expectations. Be flexible and adaptable. Open new avenues and new ideas, and a higher power is trying to guide you. Ooh. So open it up. Open up yourself to the love, to the love, to the love. I don't sit very well. I'll just put it on the edge of there. Okay, the universe wants to give you love. So we've got, this is a practical magic deck. Alright, we've got one out already. Let's see what the second card is. 2 cards from the practical magic deck for the water equinox. So, if you like these readings, please hit like and subscribe. You have to do that from YouTube. You can't do it from Facebook links. But you'll get updates when they come out. Celebration. It's time to celebrate and dance. Dance. Dance your magic. Dance. This is a nice water energy, believe it or not. This is dancing in the rivers of life. It came up sort of in my deck, and I'm going to put them together all the time. Dance. Put your energy out there. That's like ecstasy. Stir your blood up. And we've got to go with that. Music and harmony. It just says to me, it says, turn up the music, water people, and dance. For this equinox. There we are. Enjoy the rivers of life. And so we've got one more that I've been using for these readings, which is the Goddess Dream Oracle deck. And there, we're out already. And this is a bright future. Our darkest hour is just before the dawn. There. There's a release in that. Look at that. Our brightest, darkest hour before the dawn, just before the dawn. It's a bright future. Look at all the little fairies coming out of that too. Right, there's magic in that. And there's magic in you. Dance. Dance in the rivers of life. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to shuffle the Greenwood Tarot, and I'm going to pick out some cards. Let's see what comes up. So the first line is going to be our past. And then we come into what's presently going on and what we come into outcomes. Alright, so let me show you straight up. The Blessed Oak, that's that lightning energy. There's an ending. There's an ending. There's a moving away. That's moving away and letting go. We've got rest, okay. I'm going to get them all out. Let me go. I'm not doing that. I'm sitting awkward on the chair. I don't want all of those. Like that. Alright, good stuff, water energy. Alright, 3 more to go. What's brought you to here? This card's interesting, keeps standing out, 4 of Cups. If you're a drama llama, the 4 of Cups says calm down, rest. 1 more to go. 1 more to go. Interesting. Alright, so that's our past line. I'm going to give it our present line. Put it all out, then I'll put it down and I'll show you what we've got going on. Because I guess you could fast forward this bit if you don't want to see me shuffle all these cards and bend down and pick them up while I jump out of the deck. Like, I was going to do these shuffles different, but this is the way that they seem to be happening with this deck. It's really alive. Alright, so we're 2 in to the present. Alright, 5 to go. What do we got? There we are. Make decisions, hun. Make decisions of faith. Here we are in the middle of your reading. It's dedication. Dedication is of the mind. Okay, we're good. Alright. Justice seems to be keep popping out these readings. These equinox readings. Something tips the scales. That's what injustice says. Alright, and 1 more for the present line. And we got water element. Alright, 1 more line for the outcome. I really would suggest like fast forwarding. If you don't like watching shuffle, but they're jumping. I'll take that one. Okay. You need to move out just a tad. Just a spot. It's big readings. So I do these readings if I do a hot tea for the soul for you. So if you want a personal hot tea and sip and talk to your higher self, these are a good reading. And they'll tell you a lot, you'll see. you'll see water signs, so water element. So I really do encourage, if you do want to have a full reading, see what the energies are around you. I do them for a sort of 90-minute read, or however long they take, for $90. Oh, I think I've got them 120 on my site at the moment still. But if you get to me with a reading from this one, you'll get it for 120 bucks. No, for 90 bucks, so 30 bucks off. All right. Just for the water element. They're the special that just came. So, Equinox special. Okay. One more to go after this, and we've got the full reading on the table. This is a big reading for. They show you the full picture. Oh, perfect place for it to come to. Alright, I'm going to turn it down so you can see it on the table, not just my half head and my juggling techniques. And let's have a look at what the cards actually say. Let's get it into a position we can see it. Oh, it's not. So we start up here, 1 to 7. Alright, so this is where we presently are. So we've just talked about this. This is lightning energy. We've got a lot of this. You are a storm. You're a storm in the forest. You've got a safe place. So there's a lot of, when we break away, when this comes, this is a fast energy. This tells us it's going to break away from what we have known, and you have already. This is like what it was, it no longer is, and I have a new foundation that I'm built on. We always have the foundation we built. You've never broken down. The tree remains. We're just cutting off dead limbs, cutting off things that no longer serve us. So it's saying rest your mind. You've had time. You've got to have time to rest and take peace. And in the middle of that, you've had to exploit yourself. You've had to make honey. You've had to work which way to, get your abundance inside of it all and work out where the honey is. And inside of this last past is the lover. This is a regeneration of love of yourself. So we see this. It's the third time it's turned up, actually. It's turned up in every reading so far for the Equinox. These are love readings, believe it or not. So we've got the middle in here, we've got this energy that these two people create. We've got their fertileness. We've got the strength of the balance of these people of equal. But what they come together to create is this beautiful energy in the middle. That's what love is. It's its own third energy. So then I have the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups is talking about boredom. So this is about you sort of filtering the water, filtering your own water back into yourself. Alright, so in 3 we see joy, and 4 we're boredom, and the black cup is ourselves. Right, this is actually a healing energy. It's basically saying it's not dramatic. Alright, it's a self-filling, self-rotating system that's filtering itself round and round inside of there. So this is our healing, as long as it's healing our mind and resting our mind. And this is sort of resting our emotions. So this is emotional rest. Alright, this is where we've been. But there's still attraction. Here we are. There's where the attraction lies. We've got attraction. This energy again, these two people again are making this energy one more time. This is the beginning. This is the beginning of this energy. Alright, so we know it's there. And you've had to have faith in that. You've had to have faith in rebirth. Okay, so I did actually get myself tea. I wasn't joking about the hot tea thing. Really, it's about hot tea with your higher self. This is what this is. Hot tea with the universe, but I need to rehydrate, so I'm sort of cooling down a bit. Alright, so what we're coming into. This is what we're in now. So we've gone through, like we've got the 4 here, but one step further, when you invigorate the senses and you have faith in what you've got, we have ecstasy. We have dancing in the rivers of life. This is the 5 of Cups. So we move on from that one. So we're now dancing. We're now dancing inside of our emotions. We're now attracted to life. We're now projecting. We're dancing again. Dancing and dancing right next to each other. How fun is that? Right, and then we've got the Queen of Stones. So the Queen of Stones is you being this earthy, like strength, sensual being that's connected with the earth. Like, sort of does it in practical stuff and is really living her practical being and practical world, embracing her practical being. And there's been a decision of faith. Alright, so we have to make decisions. We have to make decisions what you want, what do you like, what's on one side, what the other, what do you believe in. What's faith? What does your intuition tell you? That's what this choice is about. What have I got in 2 hands? And that's where you've come to now. Because we literally have in the middle of that dedication. So this is dedication to yourself. This is dedication to your knowledge. This is dedication to your task. You have the arrows. You have everything you need to aim and hit your targets. So there is an injustice that has gone on. And there's an injustice that you need to fix. So we have a decision to be dedicated, which has this injustice that you're going to take to heart. Right? You're going to work out what the middle of that is, how to get your bow to fix, how to tip these scales, because the scales have been tipped, and you're going to work with that injustice, make a choice between those two to how you're going to see these scales and how you're going to work with them. Because inside of that, we've got the hearth fire. All right, so this is things of the heart. This is things of the home. This is like the manifesting in your heart of your soul into the warmth of your house. All right, this is giving everything to your, you can see it. You can see how warm and inviting that is. Because when we do that, we've got 8 of Cups sitting next to it, manifesting heaven into emotional earth. We have an emotional rebirth. And see here, when we break down from these moments of blasted oak, right, from our lightning moments, and they break us down. What we do is we put all the ingredients that we had, all the bits and pieces, and we put them all into our pot, and we open up to the fertility of that, and that generates, and we fill up the pot, people's pots, and this mix that we make, this cauldron of the bits that we were, all right, is the things that we are. This is our emotional rebirth. Whew, all right, so we come into the now. That is already in the now. You're going to deal with this injustice with your heart, and you're going to have a rebirth because you are in charge. We already talked about dedication right here in the middle of this reading. We are in the middle of the justice period in this changeover time, and this card here is the Archer. You're going to take your quiver, and you're going to aim, and you're going to actually hit that duck. You're going to hit that goose. You're gonna, you have taken the training. You know when to shoot that arrow. This is potential. This is the growing potential. And then right next to it, we have the reflection card, which is the water side of this turnover. And this reflection and looking back at what we were. So we know we're going through a transition when we're looking back in reflection. You know, this is a spot where we look back at life in a different angle. We look in the mirror and we look what we've been and what we've done. And we remove all of the, trying to blame anyone, including ourselves, and we reflect on how we got here. Because there's a passion. There's a passion. This is the king of passion. This is the sexy king. This is drive. This is like somebody coming in on their horse that says, I want it. I want that baby. I want it to work. I want it to be there. I'm going to fulfill the desires. All right, so we moved from the 2. And you can see it, the 2 in the choices. We moved through the 3 to fulfillment because we make the choices that make us fulfill, that fulfill our snakes, our kundalini snakes. Sorry for the dirty nails, I was out in the garden. But fulfill our kundalini. These are the, so we've stepped forward. We've stepped forward inside of that. And not only did we step, we jump them. We jump to be involved in our power and empowered by ourselves. See that power that you're driving, like this is you. Inside of that, you're quantening in, you're powering up. This is a power up level, sort of you just getting your and this is of the senses. I'm going to push that passion out with your wand. Alright, so then we have the Ancestor. So the Ancestor is saying there's a guiding light that we're going to follow. We're going to follow these footsteps through the forest. So we've had our lightning energy, and here we're going to follow the denizen through the forest. You can see just there. So we've got our 2 cards in here. I all love it how they link together. So dance down this path with the Ancestor. You've cut things off. Things are changing. There's music. You've got a bright future in all of here. And I can tell you that one step further because this last card is a new foundation. This is a new start. This is a place where you put your energy into, that it sinks. Like that you can give your practical place. This is a practical foundation where you put your foundation stone on the corner of your building. So this is where you start your new practical route. So, my water people, It's amazing. These readings can be long or short. The fire one was heaps longer than this. So I would really love it if you invite people to my Facebook group, the Hot Tea for the Soul with Miss Melly Flo. And like and subscribe, share this stuff. I'm trying to get it out there. Just yeah, and if you want a personal reading, please get in contact with me. I would love to hear from you. Comments, let me know how that works for you, and I will catch you in another read.